objects, a bunch of different things. When people try to make sense of it, one way that they figure out what's going on is they look for repetition. And it's like, oh, that happened twice, so that's important. And it's a way of cluing people into what's important without directly telling them what's important. So I think about that as a strategy a lot. And then I think about like how things become more anonymous or creepy or funny when there's a whole bunch of them versus one, and how you have to interact with it differently. Like I remember specifically there was this time when I was at my parents were thinking about building or buying this farmhouse, and so we were like kind of wandering around and playing outside and looking at all the weathered wood and stuff, and I turned over this piece of wood, and there's like a couple of little Japanese beetles on there, like lady beetles, and I'm like, oh, how cute, lady beetles are so cute. And I look up the wall, and there's like 6 more. Oh my gosh, there's like 400 more. And then there's like 1,000 all over, and they're just crawling everywhere. And they very quickly went from being like, oh, what a charming little thing, to, oh my God, they're going to take over the world, and I'm really scared of these things. And I think that can happen with like anything. Like I think I was talking to a professor at Critique one time, and I was like, at what point do you think that, like, what number of puppies would you have to reach before they went from being like totally cute to being like, oh, holy crap, there's too many puppies? Like, I think with puppies, it's really a lot of puppies. But like other animals, it's not very many, and people get really weirded out and afraid of them. And it's like, what is it about them? Is it their scale? Is it their, because like mice, for instance, I mean, they're small and they're fast, and people tend to hate them, but they're also like furry and kind of cuddly and cute as compared to like cockroaches or, lady beetles or something. So it's like, I don't know, that's kind of an interesting thing that happens. Yeah. My work usually looks like museum installations when it's all put together, and so that gives me an opportunity to use a lot of text labels in it. And I mean, I do writing as part of my exploration of ideas, and so I like to be able to include that. And there are some things that I just think are said better with words, and some things are said better with images or objects, and so I think that's why they go together. But I've often found it frustrating to just make images or objects, not be able to say exactly what I want to say. Sometimes the language itself, like I'll have a found piece of text, like something from an old book, and it just, the way it's said is so perfect, it's so charming, that it's like I want to share that with people, not my own wording. So I'll put things like that into my pieces. And so then my titles are really straightforward, because I feel like most of the nuance of the ideas that I'm trying to work out should be in the text that's on wall labels or whatever. And so the titles of pieces are like Goat or Predator Project or something, kind of like a real, like just a direct index to what it is, so that you can tell. Well, great. Since I have to do it all in one sitting, like I did an underdrawing at first, and that probably took a few hours, but then the painting probably was like 3 or 4, and then I had to be done, because otherwise it'll start to like, it doesn't dry that fast, but it becomes dry enough that it's like a little gummy, especially because like when you paint on paper, it absorbs the moisture really fast, so it dries faster. And I paint really thin, so that also means it dries faster.
That's cool.
Usually I don't mind that much if people touch it, because I don't feel like anything's that precious. Like I touch paintings and I tell them, like, you go ahead and touch my painting, I don't care. Because I really don't think anything's going to last for that long, or I don't even want it to, so it doesn't bother me. But like, sometimes there are things that I don't want people to see, because I've made, like, this book has like, it's not, this is a book cover that I made, but the inside of the book is not this content. And so I don't want people to pick it up and look inside, because they're going to find out that it's not really that book, and that's not the point. I just need it, it's like a prop, There's been a few times when I've done things with like books or objects that aren't yet, they're supposed to be something else, and so in that case, I guess I don't really want people to touch them.